Hey Hawks fans, welcome back to Hawk Talk Week 2. I'm your host, Catherwood. There's a lot to talk about this week, so let's just get right into it. Well, in last week we talked a lot about how exciting this game on Sunday was going to be, and man, if you watched that game, you probably had your heart broken, Hawks fans. A lot of air is rushing out of the hype balloon that was sort of surrounding this Seattle Seahawks team. For a second, it almost felt like we were America's team. And, you know, just one play here, one play there, and maybe we would still be riding high this week. But close is only good. And I don't even know. Horseshoes, tiddlywink, something. But it's not in football. We lost to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. And it was a really heartbreaking game. But I want to start with what was promising about the game, then we'll talk a little bit about the negatives, and then we'll move forward. First and foremost, our rookie quarterback, Russell Wilson, probably faced the most pressure from a defensive line he'll face all season, aside from San Francisco 49ers, who we play twice this season. I mean, that Arizona Cardinals team just, at home, blitzed the heck out of him, and you know what? Under whirlwind pressure, I personally feel that he did a pretty good job of holding it together. He made some major mistakes, 16 incompletions, like a throwaway interception at the end of the first half. But beyond that, it seemed like he did pretty darn good for a rookie quarterback. And of course, people are calling for his head this week. People are saying put in Matt Flynn, the expensive backup. Stay the course, Hawks fans. Please, if I can do anything to be a part of the campaign for giving this kid a chance, all I can do is Hawk Talk once a week here and say, stick the course, let this kid play. It was his first game, and man, he had us there at the end. We almost won that game. He threw a couple good balls in there, right in the end zone, and you know what? It wasn't faded, so we moved forward. Until we moved to zone defense after we knocked John Jack Skellington out of the game. We were playing great pass coverage by the defensive backs. So I want to say another promising thing I saw was Richard Dick Sherman held Larry Fitzgerald, all-world, beyond all-pro wide receiver, to 2 measly short catches. So when we moved to the zone defense, when Kevin Cobb, the backup quarterback, came in, which another promising thing is this Seattle Seahawks D did knock out Arizona's starting quarterback, but unfortunately the backup came in and basically won them the game when we moved to a zone defense. So maybe a bad decision. I don't know. Another promising thing I saw was Sidney Rice, Doug Baldwin. Yes, there were some communication issues. It'll happen when you have a rookie quarterback in there. But a lot of people were claiming that they blew the game. They dropped passes. Braylon Edwards too. But despite those claims, in going back and watching the 22-man game film, rewatching the game, our wide receivers were the only wide receivers in the whole NFC West that had 0 drops last week. Go back and watch the tape. You're saying, oh, Casey, you're so controversial. No, watch the tape. 0 drops. Let's get to the bad, because really, I mean, I couldn't even get out of bed on Monday morning, you know? I mean, all I'm thinking about is the bad here, folks. This is not good. Bad. Offensive line. Russell Okung. What's up with his legs? What's up with his ankles? He's getting hurt every season. Our starting left tackle, first-round draft pick, 6th overall draft pick a few years back. He had many false starts. He hobbled out of the game with with what looked like a dislocated knee, maybe a broken knee, ended up being a bone bruise. Thank heavens. That's the collective breath of the 12th man sighing. He's all right. I think he's going to play this Sunday. But our offensive line was garbage, especially in pass coverage. Never really got our running game going because of so many penalties, but when we did pass, J.R. Sweezy, the rookie that I talked about, rambled on about last week about how exciting it was, this young man's story was. He looked pretty bad. Albeit it was his first game starting against a great Arizona Cardinals defense who was bringing the kitchen the whole game, just taking all their players and trying to really dismantle a rhythm for our young rookie quarterback. But J.R. Sweezy, probably not starting the game this week. I think we're going to bring Moffitt back in there, John Moffitt at right guard. It'll be interesting to see come Sunday. Our defensive line, good stopping the run. We did a great job. I think we ended up 5th overall in the league after one game in run defense. We know that about this team. We know they can stop the run. But can they get to the quarterback? As far as I'm concerned, no. We talked about Bruce Irvin last week. Yes, it was his first game too. We got a lot of rookies, folks, but he wasn't even on the stat sheet. Until the second half, I don't even know if we even touched a quarterback. Until finally Chris Clemens turned it on in the second half. But this isn't looking good. We need to get to the quarterback. We need to disrupt offenses by getting to the quarterback. When you can't do that, folks, not good for your team, not good for your prospects. Offenses know that they have time to sit back there, and wide receivers will get open, and that leads to points, and that leads to us losing games, because right now our offense isn't looking very good. We'll see. Like I said, Arizona played a heck of a game on defense. We didn't lose. They beat us. All right. I think that can wrap it up. I think that we'll beat Arizona at the Clink later this season. Now, we got a great game coming up this week with about 3 minutes left on the program. Dallas Cowboys coming to town. Big D. The stars on their helmets. You got Tony Romo, the quarterback who probably still has nightmares about coming to our stadium after the playoff loss, his major gaffe a few years back. But he's got some great wide receivers in Miles Austin and Des Bryant, who are really going to put some fear into the hearts of the 12th man, so we're going to have to be extra loud. DeMarcus Ware, they're all just amazing defensive end. Should be giving Russell Okung, who's coming back from a bone bruise, major headaches back there. Hopefully Russell Wilson can just make it out of the game alive. I think it's going to really come down to how well our defense can step up and stop Dallas from running. They got DeMarco Murray in the backfield, who's a great running back, great young running back who gave us fits last year when we played them. It's going to come down to the 12th man. How loud can you be? It doesn't even matter if you're at the stadium. You send that energy in, yelling and screaming at home. Sure, maybe your roommates or your mom might get upset at you, depending on how old you are. But they got to understand this is the Hawks. This is the 12th man. We're all a part of it. So we have to be screaming here. Sorry. Alright. I'm going to go out on the limb and just say I think that we're going to win this week. And the reason I think we're going to win is, and I'm off the paper now, is because you got Russell Wilson, the young quarterback. He's got another week. I don't think that Dallas's defense, besides their pass rush, is as good as Arizona's. We're at home. I think we're going to be feeling a little bit better. I still think that we're a team of destiny, folks. I really do. I think that Russell Wilson is the quarterback of the future, and I'm going to use my last couple seconds here to really preach, and I already did earlier in the episode, stay the course with Wilson. Matt Flynn only needs to come into the game if Russell Wilson is injured. Beyond that, stay the course. This young man is special. Do not give up on him. If one of those balls had gone in the end zone and been caught by a wide receiver last week, yeah, maybe he didn't give him the greatest passes, but they were pretty good. And if one of those had been caught, this would have been a completely different narrative this week. I'm going to say that we're going to win at home. I'm going to say the score will be 24-17. Yeah, we're going to beat him by a touchdown. And the 12th man, I think, will be as loud as we've ever been come Sunday, because we are a proud city and we have a young team. Stay patient. All I can say is I'm still with this team. I love this team, and I'll love them even if they lose. I will. I think that Marshawn Lynch is going to have a better game than he did last week. Less penalties. We had 13 last week. 13. That's an unlucky number. Any way you push it. So, man, you guys, it's going to be a great game. Stay true. And I'll be talking with you guys next week. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything that you want to, even just liking this means a lot to me. Hawk Talk, week 2 is commencing. I'm your host, Casey Catherwood. Thanks for listening, and go Hawks.